salve a tutti ragazzi e bentornati sul canale, rieccoci con Remastered, pronti a continuare la nostra avventura. Siamo riusciti a penetrare qua nella stanza dove c'era l'occhio, lo zaffiro del faraone, però a quanto pare il ladro ha scavato una bella buca e se l'è portato via. Ora insieme alla gente che ci sta sul cazzo, la gente Oliver, stiamo cercando di indagare e capire come il corvo abbia fatto, quindi iniziamo a esaminare la stanza. Allora, il buco magari lasciamolo per ultimo. Cominciamo dal sarcofago.
Fortunately, the ceiling is quite high, and the gate was still ajar. Otherwise, nothing in this room would have survived the shockwave. It will take a long time to clean and restore everything, and some things are surely lost. Forever.
Allora, no, niente. Pensavo che il ladro sarebbe rimasto nascosto qua e quindi magari l'agente Zellmer sarebbe accorto che il ladro era qui dentro. Invece no. Telecamera.
I suppose the camera was hit by a chunk of flying debris.
Ok. Qua pare non ci sia nient'altro. Cordone. Devastazione.
Let's hope that at least some of the artifacts withstood the explosion. Why didn't he just drive through the wall with a tank? Reckless ignoramus.
Zotico sciagurato. Ok, buco.
You don't want to go down there, do you?
That's how the eye left the treasure chamber.
Oh no. No way. We've seen enough. The Raven is gone. We need to get Legrand.
Oh, aspetta. Ah.
Great.
Ecco.
You happy now?
You could say that. Will you give me some light?
È come se è costretto a rimanere. Allora, esamina il buco.
Come on, I can't see. There's the display case.
Is the jewel still in it?
I can't tell.
Hello?
I hope you don't expect anyone to answer you.
Questa è come la classica frase: se ti entrano i ladri in casa, c'è qualcuno e l'altro magari ti risponde sì, sono qui, ma secondo te è agente Oliver. Ma come hai fatto a diventare agente tu, veramente?
The floor of the basement is almost 4 meters below us and covered in rubble. Jumping would be too dangerous.
Allora, dobbiamo entrare dentro, quindi esamina il cordone.
The remains of the cordon. Give me some light.
Usa il cordone con questo, con l'altro cordone. Ah, scendi nel buco.
The cord is too short. It'd be no better than jumping.
Ah, ok. Prendi il cordone. Ma io volevo farlo questo, volevo collegarli. Ah, usa il cordone. Ah, unisci i cordoni. Allora forse dovevo alzare prima qua il paletto.
The clasps aren't really made for heavy weights, but I think they're strong enough.
Giorno nell'inventario il cordone? No. Corda improvvisata.
Not the best rope in the world, but it will have to do.
Usa la corda con. Scendi nel buco.
I let myself down into the hole with the rope.
You can't be serious.
This isn't a matter for discussion. I'm going down there. You can join me or stay here.
But you don't know what or who is down there.
That's why I want to go down there. Besides, maybe I'll find an escape route for us.
All right then. Should I hold the rope?
Vado a parlare veramente fifone sto qua. Fidati dell'agente Oliver, non fidarti dell'agente Oliver. Ancora lui il corvo. No, ma non può essere lui il corvo. No ragazzi, lo escludo a priori perché comunque quando è successo il fattaccio lui era là nella guardiola. Quindi no, non può essere lui, dai, fidiamoci.
Yes, thanks. I'm down. Give me some light, Robert.
Ma non si vede la cippa comunque. Oh, risali su. Proviamo a muoverci poi qua dentro, vediamo che troviamo. Allora, esamina la mappa.
Shine the light over there, please. A map of Cairo. It's covered with hundreds of small holes, and there are some pins on the floor. There's a date in the corner. 1940.
Esamina la scrivania.
Shine the light over there, please. Interesting. Documents, maps, letters, all of them at least 20, 30 years old. I wonder how the Raven knew about the secret basement. He must have done some research and then paid someone for the missing information.
Ah, ma di qua c'è qualcos'altro. Ma non si vede
There
la
are cracks
cippa.
in the wall and scuff marks on the floor.
A secret door?
And probably the Raven's escape route.
Can you open it?
Se fai luce magari.
There are several panels and kind of a handle, but I can't turn or pull or push it. Something's written here, but it's too dark. Hurry down with the light.
No, the Raven is trapped. We should call Legrand.
Ora il corvo sta scappando. Sì, vabbè, se dico un ordine questo non mi ascolta. Ora lo stesso non me la dà, perché questo si incazza, perché dice tu non mi puoi dare ordini. Qua solo Legrand mi può dare gli ordini. Il corvo sta scappando.
Do you think this door leads to a dead end? With every minute we hesitate, the Raven's trail is getting colder.
But we should take it one step at a time. We're alone and the Raven is dangerous.
Sì, codardo. Ora o mai più. Legrand agirebbe ora. Forse questo qua, Legrand agirebbe ora. Magari se li facciamo sentire in colpa. Dai, proviamo con Legrand agirebbe ora.
What would Nicholas Legrand do in this situation? Would he wait for backup and twiddle his thumbs, or would he act?
Oh, blast.
E ora di far vedere chi siamo, insisti. Non possiamo contare sugli altri. E ora di far vedere chi siamo. Dai, magari se lo coinvolgiamo a Oliver, così dice dai, se ti aiutami, così magari prendi anche il merito. Proviamo così.
Robert, this is our moment. Time to show them all. When the others arrive, they'll see that we didn't just dare to enter the basement. No, we also found an escape route and opened it. How do you think that will sound on the police report? Constable Oliver and Constable Zellner laid the foundation for the arrest of the Raven with competence and quick thinking.
Okay, here's what we do. I'll hand you the lamp and you open the door. Then we guard the door and wait for backup.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
A posto.
Catch, but hurry. I don't want to think about the fact that I'm standing here in the dark surrounded by mummies.
Ok, l'abbiamo convinto.
That's better.
Ah, piglia la torcia qua. E prendila. Ah, ma forse è già puntata la luce. Usa, aspetta. Usa il meccanismo.
That is interesting. 4 discs. An extravagant combination lock. If it was just another language with a Latin alphabet, I might be able to guess the meaning, but I'm lost when it comes to Arabic. I'll write them down. It could be a hint about how to open the door.
Ma se faccio usa? Se buonanotte. Non lo so. No, vabbè, raga, qua devo andare a intuizione. Vabbè, proviamo a uscire adesso. Non ho idea di come usarlo. Vediamo se c'è qualche indizio qua in giro. Di qua non siamo andati, però, vediamo. Esamina il portello.
What's that?
Hey, don't go too far away.
Come down and stop me. Interesting. Some kind of wooden hatch. There are two hinges on this side. There's a kind of metal hook holding the hatch closed.
Apri il portello. Ah, passaggio segreto.
I'm the talking statue. I really like to teach bad words to the little boys. At least that riddle is solved now. Peepholes. And I suspect, yes.
Aveva ragione Matt che la statua parlava.
The raven couldn't have gone this way. We'd have seen him and he couldn't have closed the bolt from outside. I'm positive he escaped through the other secret door.
Why is it suddenly so bright down there?
I found the light switch.
Entra nella sala principale. Ah, vedi, infatti siamo usciti qua dove Matt diceva che qua c'era la statua che parlava. Meno male che l'abbiamo detto a Matt, no, tranquillo Matt, non sei pazzo. Allora, però, la porta che dobbiamo aprire ha bisogno del... è in arabo, quindi teoricamente l'unico che sa l'arabo adesso in questa stanza è il direttore. Andiamo a parlare col direttore e vediamo se lui sa qualcosa a riguardo.
What are you doing here? You were just...
I found another exit.
The eye?
Gone. The raven blasted a hole in the floor of the treasure chamber. There's a hidden basement beneath it.
And the other treasures?
It doesn't look good.
Oh no.
Parla col direttore Moncatar.
Director Mokhtar?
Isn't it about time to open the gates?
I don't believe that the police have arrived yet. We can't risk giving the raven a means of escape.
That monster is surely long gone by now.
Perhaps not. I have a lead.
Do your best. As soon as the police have surrounded the building, I'll open the gates.
Very well, Director.
Allora, iniziamo dal seminterrato e poi li parliamo della scritta.
The basement below the treasure chamber. Did you know about it?
I had no idea.
There are maps and drawings from the Second World War in the room. Why?
Well, it may have had something to do with the resistance.
Resistance?
Egypt was occupied by the British. There was a movement for independence.
The Egyptians collaborated with the Nazis?
No, but the enemy of my enemy.
So, the rebels reported information to the Nazis, and for that, they needed secret command posts.
Yes, and what would be of more symbolic importance than the Egyptian Museum, witness to 5,000 years of Egyptian independence?
Passaggi segreti.
Hidden rooms? Secret basements? What are they doing here?
The museum was built in 1900 by a Frenchman who had a penchant for such things.
Mystical torchlight ceremonies celebrating the builders of old? Freemasons? Things like that?
Many great buildings have complicated histories.
And today, we're going to write a new chapter.
Scritta in arabo.
I found this Arabic writing. What does it mean?
It says, the sons of Horus.
And that means
Is this really the time to discuss history?
it's important.
The sons of Horus played an important part in the burial ritual. 4 sons, 4 canopic jars, vessels in which the liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines of the body were stored.
Are the 4 connected to symbols?
A man, baboon, jackal, and falcon. Look downstairs in the main hall.
Sons of Horus, vessels and intestines. Got it.
Perfetto, questi qua quindi sono...
It's going to be okay. Wait here.
Where is the constable, anyway?
He's guarding the treasure chamber.
He told me to call for backup if he doesn't come back in about 5 minutes. And that I shouldn't trust you.
Vado, stai tranquillo. Non mi fermerà, lo scommetta sul cavallo sbagliato. Diciamoli questa.
If you count on the constable, you're backing the wrong horse.
He's Legrand's man.
Did you ever think about the fact that he's the only one who was present at both burglaries?
Oh,
Dai, fidati, stai tranquillo. Allora, i simboli dovrebbero essere questi, vasi canopici.
Must be the canopic jars the director was talking about. One jar for each of the 4 sons of Horus.
Sale nel vaso canopio. E si vedi, vabbè, l'uomo, babbuino, falco e sciacallo.
Here we have Duamutef, stomach. The sign says Amset, liver.
Fegato,
Hapi, lungs.
polmoni
Quebecsenuef, intestines.
e intestino. Ok. Quindi mo teoricamente allora andiamo al passaggio segreto e vediamo di aprire la porta.
Is that you?
It is I, the Raven.
Did you find an exit?
No, I'm still looking. The basement is quite large.
Okay. Don't go too far away.
Dai, simpaticissimo il nostro agente comunque. Allora, me lo sono segnato qua sopra il telefono. E dovrebbe essere quindi questo qui così come sta. Poi questo dovrebbe andare così. Ok. Poi questo qua dovrebbe stare la faccia dello sciacallo. E qui dovrebbe andare l'umano. Bingo.
There we go.
Ok, avanziamo.
He's up there, Robert. I know that.
That may be. Go into the guard room and open the gates.
Tell the director.
Zelna, don't do it. It's too dangerous.
You can't stop me. Not anymore.
Noi siamo d'azione, siamo Aleo. Non ci preoccupiamo di
200
niente.
steps at least. And a ladder. I'm too old for this.
Allora, cominciamo a esaminare un bel po' di cose che abbiamo qui. Qua pare non ci sia nulla. La radio.
Left over from the war, if I had to guess. And why not? So high above the city, it's the perfect place for a secret radio installation. Must be
Ventilatore.
unbearably hot up here in the summer, but it's bearable at the moment.
Accendi il ventilatore. No, perché devo... Vabbè,
I'd better leave it off. It'd probably just stir up dust.
vabbè, volevo capire perché me lo faceva accendere, però a quanto pare no, niente. Qua c'è la porta dove sarà fuggito. La sedia. La sedia. Ok, solo la sedia.
The chair is the only object that's not covered with dust. It seems like someone sat on it recently. Handcuffs. Not what I expected. Was someone interrogated here?
Aia.
The raven, if I'm not mistaken. Why don't you step into the light?
E vabbè, chi sei? Buonanotte. Allora, no, il professore no, perché non aveva i padroni marroni. Il dottore neanche. L'ispettore non penso. Questi due sono. Questo è il violinista. E questo è il maggiordomo. Senti, il violinista a me aveva la pistola, aveva rubato. Però è anche vero che sembrava un ladruncolo. Il maggiordomo, d'altro canto, ragazzi, a parte sulla nave che sembrava disperato, però si è ripreso subito, l'hanno detto anche gli altri, si è subito ripreso, quindi ragazzi puntiamo sul maggiordomo.
Mr. Inch.
Amazing. Truly amazing.
T'ho
I thought young
azzeccato.
Legrand would be my most dangerous opponent, but it seems I should have had more respect for age.
Mamma mia, ci abbiamo azzeccato, siamo grandissimi. Allora, esplosione sul treno, omicidio della baronessa, ladro del secondo. Iniziamo dall'inizio, esplosione sul treno.
And the bomb on the train? Did you want to kill us all?
I knew that Legrand would be hot on my heels after the heist in London. He's a dangerous man, Mr. Zellner. He almost caught me once.
Is that a reason to resort to murder?
It wasn't my only reason. An eye for an eye, Constable Zellner.
Omicidio della baronessa. Vabbè, questo è stato il dottore. Però vediamo cosa dice.
What about the murder of the Baroness? Was that also your doing?
The death of the Baroness was never part of the plan. Dr. Gebhardt had a score to settle with her and got in my way.
You didn't care about the key to the safe?
I never wanted to steal the eye out of the safe. I always intended to strike here, in the museum.
What about Gebhardt's confession?
A nice idea, don't you think? It keeps the inspector out of my hair, for a few more hours at least, until everything collapses like a house of cards.
Ok. Tutti i nodi stanno venendo al pettine. Come ci è riuscito?
How did you do it? How did you plant the message on the safe in the train? How did you know that Gebhardt killed the Baroness? And the demolition charge below the treasure chamber? How did you manage it all? Even if your arm isn't lame.
Oh, it is, believe me. I needed help, it's true. A messenger boy to replace my arms and legs.
A messenger boy?
Ah, Adil. This could be interesting.
Ma questo
He's
non
quite
è
talented,
il ragazzo
but
che abbiamo
unreliable.
catturato
He has
sulla
a mind
nave.
of his own plans. Don't you, Adil?
I never wanted blood to be shed, but it's time to make an exception.
He only forgot one thing. I keep things firmly in hand. Always. End of story.
Un piccione, ragazzi, che carino. Volevo dire, avete visto il mio logo, no?
I told you not to get off. What if the train had gone without you?
So, you're taking a job as a ship's doctor.
I am excited but nervous too. I'm not exactly a champion swimmer.
If you wind up in the water on board a ship, something's gone terribly wrong.
Ok, allora signori, siamo nei panni di Adil, il ragazzo, il complice. Ecco qui il corvo.
What was all that in the museum?
That didn't quite go according to plan, did it? And I hate it when things don't go according to plan.
You nearly killed them.
You let them catch you.
It wasn't my fault. Scotland Yard was there!
If I thought it was your fault, you'd already be bobbing in the River Thames with a bullet in your head. Someone tipped them off. I don't know who, but I'm going to find out. Where is the jewel? Ah, marvelous. But it's just half the set, and stealing the second eye will be more difficult than I'd anticipated.
Quindi adesso sta raccontando, cioè sta facendo vedere tutto ciò che noi non abbiamo visto con gli occhi appunto del corvo. E ora?
Why are we meeting here and not in Venice like we planned?
London drew more attention than planned. They put Legrand on the case.
Nicholas Legrand?
He's searching the train.
Shouldn't we postpone the plan under these circumstances?
On the contrary, I gave him an anonymous tip.
A tip?
I told him that the train will be robbed.
Vabbè, prima di parlare del furto del treno, baronessa, cioè vediamo cosa dirà adesso a riguardo sulla baronessa, cioè come fa a fingere?
Hasn't the Baroness grown suspicious?
She's wrapped up in a veil of alcohol, arrogance, and disinterest. Only flattery, gossip, and Belgian chocolate can penetrate it.
Ideal conditions.
I'll be glad to be rid of that old hag. She's my ticket to the most important museums in Europe. But these have been the longest 6 months of my life.
E certo. Allora, poi, guardias del museo.
How are the injured guards doing?
How the devil should I know?
You didn't need to do that.
What? Save your bacon?
I'd have made it out on my own.
Oh, yes, the poor security guard. It really wasn't necessary. I'm such a naughty boy.
I just don't want anyone to get hurt.
Oh, please, please, don't be angry with me. I won't do it again.
Occhio della Sfinge.
I don't know. We have the first eye, and we only just escaped.
Tell me you're not suggesting that we should be satisfied with that? One eye alone is nothing more than an expensive bauble, but both eyes together are a legend. My greatest triumph.
Shouldn't I put the eye somewhere for safekeeping? Just in case Legrand searches our things.
I'll hide the jewel in the Baroness's luggage. I already know where. Legrand won't dare search her belongings, and even then, he'll never be able to open the secret compartment.
Furto sul treno.
And what do we do now? You don't seriously suggest that we steal the jewel right under Legrand's nose?
Of course, because I'm an idiot. Our best bet is still Cairo. Everything is prepared. Mr. X will provide us with everything we need. As planned, I'll go to Venice together with the Baroness and board the ship there. You'll do the same, but as surreptitiously as possible.
All right.
And under no circumstances can anyone be permitted to discover our relationship. Understood?
And the rest of the plan is as before?
We just have to get on board the ship.
Rendezvous a Venezia. Questo è stato tradotto. Vabbè, dovrebbe essere punto d'incontro a Venezia, cioè ci vediamo a Venezia.
Then I'll get in the car and we'll meet in Venice.
No, Legrand necessitates a change of plan. You'll go by train as well, and place this envelope on the safe as soon as the train halts in the tunnel. I'll cause a blackout so that you can sneak past the guard. You won't believe who's guarding the safe. That blasted Bobby from London. If you have any trouble, cave his skull in.
And Legrand?
You take care of the letter, I'll take care of everything else. The most important thing is that no one recognizes you on the train.
And that I don't get caught.
Ma se era sul treno, perché non l'abbiamo visto? Lettera.
What's the purpose of the letter?
That's not your concern.
I'd just like to know whether I'm risking my life for some game of yours, or whether it's worth it.
Any one of my games would be worth your life. You just do what I tell you. Stick the letter on the door of the safe or leave it on top of it, I don't care. But the letter has to be there as soon as Legrand shows up after the blackout to make sure everything is in order. Understood?
Yes.
What?
Yes, understood. Okay, so we'll see each other in Venice.
And not sooner. Here, take your travel documents. We may not have an opportunity to meet in Venice.
Okay, fine. That's the first change of plans so far. Whatever. Looks like I'll be going to Venice by train.
Ma quindi non è il clandestino questo, il ragazzo che abbiamo trovato sulla nave. E salve il cestino dei rifiuti. Allora ragazzi, andiamo avanti un altro poco. Vediamo cosa possiamo fare. Allora, cominciamo da qua, dal cestino dei rifiuti.
Sometimes you can find useful things in a waste bin, but this one seems to have been emptied recently.
Esamina la cassa.
The crate must have had bananas or something in it. It's empty now. It's built out of thin wooden boards. Probably.
Usa la cassa con... Con che cosa? Metti la borsa del dottore nella cassa di legno.
This wooden crate is big enough to completely conceal the bag. It'd be protected from prying eyes. And I could make my exit from the scene of the crime unnoticed. There's still one problem. Someone might see me picking up the bag and putting it into the crate.
Esamina la borsa del dottore.
A leather bag like the ones used by country doctors for carrying their equipment. If I swipe the bag, it'd cause confusion while people look for it, and I might be able to sneak onto the train. The only problem is, I can't take the bag with me.
Eh no, che se faccio prendimi...
Not a chance. The
Infatti.
doctor could easily spot me taking his bag. He'd sound the alarm, and our Swiss friend would have no choice but to arrest me. And then we'd have a real problem.
Guarda l'uomo, guarda il poliziotto. Questi siamo noi ragazzi. Guarda l'uomo.
Some of the passengers got off the train to stretch their legs, but this man started his journey right here in Zurich. He waited a good 10 minutes for the train and began to get impatient. Clothes maketh the man. Put a uniform on a short, old, rather chubby little man, and they'll show him all due respect, even if he's only a constable. The uniform alone gives him power, and that counts for a lot in this part of the world.
Il capotreno.
The conductor from the train. He's keeping a watchful eye on his passengers and their luggage. The train's been held up, and he seems to want to prevent further delays.
Allora non posso avvicinarmi così. Come cacchio... Vagone merci.
They won't let me ride along in the freight car, not even if I ask nicely. There probably isn't a single newspaper between Moscow and Madrid. I'm famous. Unfortunately, not for the sort of elegantly executed theft I'd like.
Dobbiamo capire questa cassa come usarla. Coltello. Lettera. Oh, aspetta. Guarda il
Inch
messaggio.
loves the spotlight and has a flair for the dramatic. Why else would he call himself the Raven? I don't like having to risk my own neck as part of his drama. What's the point of leaving messages for his opponent?
Esamina la busta.
A ticket for a trip on the MS Lydia from Venice to Cairo, some banknotes, and a passport. Blank. No personal info, no picture. Inch has brilliant contacts in the underworld. He knows the best counterfeiters, technicians, pickpockets, and con men. He remains anonymous, though. Most of them don't even know they're working for him. Mr. X, his contact in Cairo, probably doesn't have a clue who he is.
Eh sì ragazzi, quelli sono i dati che troviamo quando il treno deraglia, che Matt trova i fogli e li diamo poi all'agente Zilber. Quindi lui è il clandestino che va sulla nave. Allora, sta cassa, dobbiamo usare sta cassa, però c'è un coltello, vediamo. Coltello. Rimuove il fondo della cassa.
I can probably pry the bottom boards off without too much effort. They're thin, and the nails are short.
Che poi anche così ti guardano le persone. Allora, usa la cassa senza fondo con... La borsa.
It's now or never.
Hey, you! Scram!
Yes, sir.
Ok.
Let the games begin.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Can't you see that I am talking to the constable?
The train is leaving in a few minutes, sir. I have to ask you to board it now.
We should get on. Perhaps we'll be able to continue our conversation during the trip.
I won't stand in the way. Oh, where's my bag?
You left it right there.
I know that. I want to know where it is now.
I don't know. I'll look for it right away. If you gentlemen would get on the train in the meantime...
I will hold you and your employers liable for this.
I'm sure he'll find the bag. Come on, Dr. Gebhardt. I will help you with your luggage.
Fine.
Ok, che dobbiamo fare? Guarda il capotreno.
The conductor doesn't really seem to know where to search for the lost bag. Finding a particular piece of luggage at a railway station is like finding a needle in a haystack.
È un indizio al capotreno. In che senso è un indizio? Cioè l'abbiamo rubato e adesso gliela dobbiamo dire dove sta.
You seem to be searching for something. Can I help?
Go away. There's no money to be earned here.
That's not what I mean. I just thought, if you're looking for a brown bag...
Why? Did you steal one?
If that were true, I wouldn't be offering to help you. I saw a little blonde boy take the bag. He ran off with it, over there.
Really? Thanks.
Isn't that the bag?
Where?
Vabbè, però mettere al tappeto con i
Nothing
giornali.
personal.
Ah, ecco com'entra. Ed ecco perché quando cercavamo l'assistente non si trovava.
No! Oh, man!
You'll get in touch if you notice anything unusual, won't you, Professor?
Of course, Constable. What's this?
What's the matter, sir?
The door. I can't open it.
Let me have a look. The compartment is locked.
Damn, I can't let the professor see me. I shadowed him for days in London. He might recognize me.
Calm down, Professor.
Ed ecco perché era chiusa la stanza del professore.
I have to get back in my compartment.
All right, just wait.
Allora, ragazzi, d'accordo. Ci salutiamo qui per questo episodio. Voi mi raccomando, come sempre, spolliciate, mettete like, iscrivetevi al canale se ancora non l'avete fatto. Fatemi sapere cosa ne pensate di questa serie. A me sta piacendo tantissimo. Scrivetemi nei commenti se pensavate che il Corvo era il Maggiordomo oppure qualcun altro. E che altro? Noi ci rivediamo sempre qui sul canale con un nuovo video. Un saluto da Mizzaragaret. Ciao, Elio!